chicka ba boom boom cha ba ba boom ba ba ja 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 boom ba ba ja ja ja. Welcome, sass hands. To this week's Ramble vlog, where I update you as to why I have disappeared off of everything for 2 weeks, but am going to get back on it like post haste. And all of that good jazz and peanut butter rubbing around my body. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. So, those 2 weeks before I left on a work journey, I was like, hey, tell me what you want me to do at Sundance and PAX, because those are the two events that I was working. Well, those events ended up being so much more work and time consuming than anticipated that it was like get up at 7, work out, work until midnight, and it was like that for the 2 weeks that I was gone. So there wasn't a lot of time to get much done. That being said, I'm terribly sorry, and I will get back on track immediately. I'm recording a Let's Play of Kingdom Hearts 2.8 0.2 deep water crystal journey something aqua into the void of Heramufidus. Sorry, it's Japanese naming, I swear. But Kingdom Hearts 2.8 0.2 dark whatever is mostly accurate for the title of one of the things that you can do in the 2.8 box set. Even talking about it is confusing, but that game is incredibly beautiful. It is one of the best looking games I have ever played. Like, Final Fantasy 15 was like, yeah, wow, this looks good, but there's something about this that just is, it's unreal how great it looks. Anyway, still working on Final Fantasy 15 Rantview, recording all that footage. I found out that I lost a lot of the gameplay, so I have to go back and record that. And then not Kingdom Hearts, but Final Fantasy 15 VGFP as well is on the way. And the session of D&D that we recorded last time was the audio was like we're using S7s to record one angle or two angles, and then like a Sony X33 or whatever to record another angle. So there are 3 different camera angles that we're trying to capture with synchronized audio and everything like that. But the S7s, there's a problem, I'll just say that, with them that makes them unusable. Do not record long-length videos with an S7, or sorry, do not edit long-length videos. You're probably going to hear something. Just to tuck you in there, fixing the mic with an S7. And yeah, don't edit them with Premiere Pro because something about the frame rates get out of sync as soon as you put them in Premiere Pro and yada, yada, yada. Anyway, pro tip, don't do it. So, working on upgrading our equipment once more. This is why the previous ones were tests, so that we can finalize our Dungeons and Dragons setup. With the elimination of the S7s, though, I can say that we may be more likely to stream them, because that's the whole thing. You can't really effectively stream with S7s. Anyway, besides the point. So a lot of stuff is coming. I've been off of Instagram too. Normally I'm like, but check out my Instagram. But that's not true right now. I'll get back on that game as well. And yeah, so let's get to the questions from last month's vlog. And Jake Fawcett says, have you ever played Fallout 4? No, intentionally I skipped out on Fallout 4 because I knew that it would consume my soul. And I'm very much okay with skipping Fallout 4. I've said this many times in the past, but I was so little of a fan of Fallout 3 that I still want to play the great open world games that Bethesda puts out, but Fallout 3 was just almost inexcusably boring, just monotonous. Everything looked the same voice actors, and it's one of those games where they toted depending on how you play will affect the ending of the game. But really, just like Dishonored 2, by the way, I should have written a Rantview on Dishonored 2. Just like Dishonored 2, how you play, the ending that it affects is just a series of pictures with a narrator talking over it. So imagine that being like the easiest ending to design ever. Like, they made this terrible decision. You know, let's just put in this slideshow, and he says that he was a bad person instead of a good person. So their endings weren't robust. It was literally just a picture with Ron Perlman talking. He was a good Outlander, blah, blah, blah. That being said, wow, this is going to be a long video. New Vegas, I really, really liked because you could kill anybody in that game. So, anyway, conscious decision not to play Fallout 4 because I had a lot of other things to take care of at the time. But that is not to say that I won't play it because it's coming to VR. They announced that it was for Vive, but I'll still give it a shot. Next question. Do you play the Dragon Ball Xenoverse games? It would be interesting to see a VGFP for those. Otaku Strength says. Other games that I've always wanted to play, it's just something that I've wanted to play more, has always come out alongside it. If I can find it for cheap, I will make a VGFP for it. Though, as I was saying before, it may not be a full video unless I'm really in love with the game, and unless it's going to be like an amazing routine. I would more than likely make a as comprehensive as I can PDF saying, like, breaking down the different instances and different exercises that you can do while playing Dragon Ball Z Noverse. And somebody says, can you cosplay? Sorry, not somebody. Shutai Shin no Ken says, can you play Gladiolus, please? Or cosplay Gladiolus, please? And I was intending to cosplay as Gladiolus before I played Final Fantasy 15, and I would say it's still not off the table, but my cosplays for this year, for the next few conventions, are going to be, if I can get them done, Broly. Not Legendary, because nobody in their right mind could do Legendary, unless they made this, like, sick, realistic-looking exo-suit that was about a mile wide. And so Broly, somebody from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I'm thinking Cars, or Jotaro from the third season. If you watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, it is like, it's like one of the greatest animes I've ever seen. Once you get past the first season, it's just like magical. They have mastered a formula of entertainment for that anime. And then Thor again. I said this in my last one. Thor, bringing back old. Oh, yeah. That's disrespectful. The microphone is on Mjolnir, the 43-pound one right now. So those are my cosplays that I'm focusing on this year. If enough people want Gladiolus, I would probably work on him as well. I mean, his outfit is pretty easy. The tattoo would be hard. The hair would be hard. I'd probably have to get a haircut for that. And the sword would be a challenge. I'd love to work on it, but man, it would be a challenge. And I'd want it to be heavy as balls, too. Heavy as King Kong balls. And then, Derek, he told me how to say his last name. I should have looked it up before this. Inezi is what I said last time, but I know it's wrong. Sorry, Derek. Forgive me. He said, are you hyped for Cyberpunk 20s? I can't wait for that game to come out. It's really hard to pronounce, though. Sorry. Pardon me. Are you psyched for Cyberpunk 2077, which is done by CD Projekt Red, who did... Oh, I was so almost there. I almost did it. The Witcher 3. And abso-freaking-lutely. I would say there are certain fantasy stories that really draw me in with their characters. But otherwise, I'm not inherently a fantasy person. I am a science fiction guy. I read science fiction all the time. I fantasize of writing short stories of science fiction. I would like to sort of transition my fantasy D&D into science fiction at some point. So for CD Projekt Red to be working on a sci-fi game really wrangles my dangles. I don't know if it means anything or translates into massive amounts of excitement, but yes, massive amounts of excitement coming from my brain. So this is a long one. I think it's a long one. Thank you for sticking around, Assassins. I will be working my patootie off in this next month until GDC. That's the next big event, or unless something very unexpected happens, to get content for you guys, to get games that you enjoy playing enough to work out to and get ripped to and become magnificent to. Until then, until fate next brings us together, and never stop playing video games.